Is that one of those gang signs? Are you teaching my son how to be a thug? Get your filthy hands off him before I call the police and have you thrown in juvenile hall. Yeah, that's how it all started. And if you think I'm exaggerating, believe me, I wish I was. Let me just take you back to the beginning, because this mess didn't come out of nowhere. It was a perfect Saturday, the first real taste of spring after a long winter, and I was in the kitchen making lemonade looking out through the window over the sink. My 10-year-old son, my pride and joy with those beautiful long dreads I spent hours taking care of, was out in the backyard with his new buddy from next door. The kid had only moved in a few weeks earlier. Blonde hair, little mischievous grin, the kind of boy you hope your kid makes friends with. Their worlds had just collided thanks to the world's smallest, most decorative 3-foot fence between our yards, really more for looks than any real boundary. So I'm watching these two dig up the dirt with toy shovels, giggling, probably dreaming up dinosaur bones or pirate treasure. My son is showing his friend a handshake, something goofy they probably picked up from a cartoon. It's so pure. You know, that kind of moment you just want to bottle up and keep forever. That was it. And then out she comes like some villain straight out of a bad fairy tale. Except instead of a castle, it's the beige house next door. And instead of a cloak, she's wearing a blinding yellow tracksuit that probably makes a swoosh, swoosh noise every time she moves. Her hair's this stiff, sprayed into oblivion helmet. And before I can blink, she's yelling, not hello, not what are you boys up to, but screaming about gang signs, about thugs, about how my kid is corrupting her son. My boy, 10 years old, thinks thug is something from his Xbox, wouldn't know a real gang sign if it hit him in the face. For a second, I thought maybe I'd imagined it. Lemonade halfway poured brain just froze. But the look on my son's face, his shoulders slumped, he drops his friend's hand like it's burning him. And the blonde boy, bless him, just looks so lost, glancing from his mom to my son, not understanding at all. That's when the lemonade pitcher hits the counter, sloshing everywhere, and I'm moving, sliding the back door open so fast it rattles. Cool air in my face, but all I feel is rage, hot and thick, heart pounding so hard it hurts. Excuse me, I manage voice way calmer than I felt. Doing that thing we always do, right? Be the bigger person, don't give them a show. But she's not stopping. She points pink-clawed nail right at my kid. You need to control your son. I will not have him bringing his culture into my yard and infecting my son. I swear to you, my vision went blurry at the edges. Infecting him with what friendship, laughter, sunshine. It was so naked, so ugly for a second I couldn't even find words. All I could see was my son, eyes wide, terrified, ashamed in his own backyard. That broke me out of it. I sucked in a breath grass and spilled lemonade all around a picture-perfect day tainted. Ma'am, I said the word burning. They're 10. They're just playing. She just sneered, sizing me up like I was gum on her shoe. Oh, I know what they're doing. I see it on the news. It starts with handshakes, then it's graffiti, then it's stolen cars. You people are all the same. And there it was, you people, the calling card of every bigot hiding behind a thin veil of concern. Her son, Little Finn, finally finds his voice. Mom, stop. We were just playing. It's from cosmic warriors defending my kid better than any adult, bless him. She swats him away, pulling out her phone like it's a holy relic. That's it, I'm calling 911. There's a suspicious individual in my yard threatening my son. I could barely speak. Your yard. He's in my yard. That's my son, a child, and you know it. Details, details, she waves me off, already dialing. The police can sort it out. And now my kid's face, fists clenched, frozen in fear. I just wanted to scoop him up and run, but I knew that wouldn't protect him from what came next. Sirens, uniforms, questions, always the assumption he's the one in the wrong. Go inside, honey, I said. And he looked at me, not wanting to back down, but he listened. Then it's just me and her voice sugary and fake feeding lies to the 911 dispatcher. Her son just staring at the grass, ashamed of her as he should be. When she hangs up, she turns to me, chest puffed out. They're on their way. People like me are still in charge in this country. People like you are a disgrace. That broke something in me. You're a hateful, miserable person. You are terrorizing a child and you know it. Your own son knows it. For the first time, her mask slipped, all the ugliness unfiltered. You don't know anything about me. I'm a good person. I'm protecting my family from elements, like we're a chemical spill. Within minutes, 2 cop cars, sirens blaring lights, painting streaks across manicured lawns, neighbors at the windows enjoying the show. The officers, both white, both wary. She runs to them, sobbing, "Thank God you're here." That woman's son, he tried to lure my boy. He was making threats. She screamed at me. I was so scared. Theatrical, Oscar-worthy. I stood there, arms crossed, dumbfounded at her shamelessness. The officer turns to me, "Ma'am, can you tell us your side?" As if there are 2 sides here, reality and her fantasy. But I tell them calmly every detail. I watch their faces stone. Sympathy, disbelief. Who knows? Then they ask her, "Ma'am, did you say those things?" She scoffs, folds her arms. Of course not. She's twisting my words. Her son is larger than mine. He was being intimidating. I'm just protecting my child. My kid tall, sure, but he's a string bean. The only thing he threatens is a stack of pancakes. The second officer asks where it happened. He was right here, my side of the grass, I point. Her son was right here, playing together. They want to talk to her son. Her face falters, but Finn, bless that boy, steps forward, voice trembling. He wasn't mean. "Mom, he's my friend. We were just playing." Dead silence. Karen's face is pure storm. "Go inside now," she hisses. The officer sighs, turns to me tone-weary. "Look, this is clearly a neighbor dispute. No crime here. Nobody trespassed." Then, to her, "Ma'am, 911 is for emergencies only. This could be considered misuse of emergency services." Her jaw drops like he'd accused her of something truly scandalous. She's fuming, but the officers just leave. Red and blue lights fade and I'm left on my patio shaking, but I knew this wasn't the end, just the start. Later, I found my son in his room clutching his old stuffed dinosaur Rexy. "I'm sorry, Mom," he whispered. "For what, baby? That lady. Was I bad? Was our handshake wrong?" That broke me all over again. "No, sweetheart, you did nothing wrong. That handshake was the coolest thing I've seen. She's wrong, not you." He nodded, but the wound was there. That night, I replayed everything, feeling powerless and alone. I thought about running, but why should we be the ones to go? This is our home. Then the next morning, our sweet neighbor, Mrs. Gable, stopped me. "Saw the police yesterday. Everything all right?" I told her everything, and her face went dark. "She's already tried to get the mailman fired for petting my cat. Don't you let her run you out, dear. You and your son belong here." But as I walked home, I saw Karen watching me through her window, and I knew it was war. The next few weeks were tense. Finn disappeared from the backyard, my son's wave unanswered. And then the Facebook post. You know the type, all vague concern about a much larger, aggressive child and secret handshakes. Comments rolling in. "So sorry you went through that. Thank you for the warning. She poisoned the well, turned the whole block against us. I wanted to defend myself, but what's the point? People believe what they want." The next day, a letter from the HOA complaint about our basketball hoop, something that had never been a problem. I knew who filed it. Then another recycling bin visible too long on trash day. It was petty, relentless, designed to wear us down. I started documenting everything, snapping photos, keeping a journal, saving every letter. My kid felt it too. He stopped asking about Finn, his spark a little dimmer. And then the mall incident. New shoes a normal day for once he was happy. But I felt eyes on me turned, and there she was. Karen lurking near the sneakers, staring daggers. We tried to leave, but she followed, and suddenly she's on the floor, purse spilled, screaming, "Thief! He stole my wallet." All eyes on us. Security coming. Her finger pointed at my child. I got between them. "He didn't touch you." "She's lying. Security wants to search my son." "No, you will not be searching my child. Check the cameras. She's been following us." We get marched to the security office, humiliation, fear the works. The footage is clear as day. Karen drops her own wallet, throws herself down. My boy never even touched her. The security chief turns cold. "You're being arrested for filing a false police report." Police arrive, handcuff her, read her rights. My jaw drops. She screams and wails, but they take her away. But even as she's led off, she gives me a look, the kind that promises revenge. On the way home, my son whispers, "Are we the bad guys, Mom?" My heart just shattered. And of course, she wasn't done. Days later, CPS knocks anonymous tip about my parenting. She tried to take my child from me. But I told them everything, showed them the evidence, the police case number. They saw through her. Case closed, they said. But the feeling of being violated of your life, laid bare, it's something you never forget. That was it, the turning point. I installed cameras everywhere. I documented every glare, every petty move, every complaint. I talked to a lawyer, sharp as a tack, who said, "You have a textbook case of harassment. Time for a restraining order." We filed. The sheriff served her right there on her porch, the look on her face. Honestly, I savored it. For a while, things were calm. The restraining order kept her away, kept Finn away too. But the boys, being kids, found each other online, a new game, new screen names. I heard my son laughing again, that pure, joyous sound I'd missed. But of course she found out. Her lawyer claimed *I* was orchestrating harassment through video games. We went back to court. The judge, sharp, no nonsense, watched the mall footage, read the police and CPS reports, and listen to Finn, who bravely told the truth. "He's my best friend. We were just playing." My mom wouldn't let us. The judge's words were thunder. "This is a campaign of malicious, racially motivated harassment. Permanent restraining order, 5 years, 100 yards. After that, everything changed. The neighborhood gossip mill turned. Karen's husband filed for divorce, took Finn left. She slunk away, reputation in ruins, and for the first time in months, my son could breathe again. I still see Finn online, he and my boy captains of their own virtual team, laughing together where hate can't touch them. Mrs. Gable still brings cookies. The street is quiet for real this time. My son's stronger, wiser. I am too. You know, people love to talk about justice, what it looks like, how it should feel. I used to think it was a gavel slamming or the sight of someone finally getting what's coming to them. But sometimes justice is just two kids finding their way back to friendship no matter what walls adults try to build. Sometimes it's standing your ground quietly, fiercely, every single day. So tell me, what does justice look like to you? Have you ever had to fight to protect your family from someone who just wouldn't quit? Drop your thoughts below. Share your stories. Because as long as we keep telling the truth, as long as we fight for the light, no matter how dark it gets, they'll never win. And that's a promise.